Echo. Wouldn't be a Echo show without echoes. I'm hoping the Chatsky box pops up on my phone, because I don't know how else I'm gonna see if you guys are even paying attention.
5 people watching.
Well, there we go. I don't know how to read the Chatsky. What's up, guys?
I got the Chatsky.
It's been a long day. We're tired. We got to transfer some red footage. So we thought we would just pop on live since we weren't on live earlier. You know, call this a surprise live show. Wanted to talk about a couple of things. I don't know why I decided to sound like a cowboy and lean on my chair so brutally, where I can just fall off. I'm okay. I'm just kidding. I can't read the Chatsky. I don't even know where my laptop is. Maybe I should. Maybe if I go over to YouTube over here, and there he is. I can do this, so you can kind of look at half my face. Let's see. Lewis Creative says, saw the Zhiyun footage. You guys tried the Moza. I can barely get the Sigma 1835 on there with the GH5, but no turns and requires redneck rigging. Well, being from Alabama, we can do that well. It's funny, we worked with the Lewis, not creative. I mean, they are creative. Damn it. We worked with an agency that had Lewis too, and they're very creative. But they don't have creative in the name. I am not drunk, I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
We had a very small crew today, and Jeff was in camera, Drew was grip director, DP, producer. Jeff was producing too, but different ways. We had Lauren. She hates it. We had guys, straight up, if you watch this show and we have Laura.
Happy birthday.
First off, happy birthday, Laura. And then her name's Laura, but damn it, she hates being called Lauren, so that's what has to happen. She has to be Lauren. So when you guys get on the show, please, just very loudly, in the Chatsky, say Lauren in all caps when we bring her on one day when we do that.
Oh, well, creatives in Georgia.
Oh, there we go. We're in Alabama. You knew that, though.
We're tired.
Yeah. Yeah, we're exhausted, man. I will say this. So a couple of things I did want to talk about while we transfer this. I'm going to get a beer here in a second, and I'll play you guys some footage. We did shoot on a... Oh, my God. Look at this. I just found this. Look. I've gashed my leg open. Can you guys see this? Look at that. That's a pretty good gash. It's not like...
I like it.
It's just sticky enough. Anyway, the point is, we did get to... I should probably wash my hands. We did get to play with the Zhiyun Crane gimmick. We enjoyed it. Had a good time with it. I don't know if... Is the Chatsky's working?
It's working.
Oh, okay. Is the last one from Lewis Creative?
Yeah.
How are you getting it on your phone?
I'll have to show you.
I don't care. I can just look over here. They don't care.
That's fun.
It's 14 hours. Anyway, so we got to play with the Zhiyun Crane. I'm going to play some footage. So, unfortunately, the PL adapter we had for the GH5S, and I use the GH5S, you know, obviously because I think that's the camera that needs some level of stabilization more than anything else. We had that camera, or I had that camera, and we have some lenses, and they have become possibly my all-time new favorite lenses. Now, unfortunately, I can't show you any of the footage that we shot today yet. Once the commercial airs, we will do a full breakdown on it. It's pretty fun to talk about because it was a very small crew and you can do a lot with nothing, right? Very pretty stuff. But we did shoot on Zeiss, or sorry, if you want to get that right, Ari, whatever. Ari Gold, because it is gold. We did shoot on Ari Ultra Primes. And you guys know us, we're big glass heads, like we love lenses. These may be my new favorite lifestyle lenses. Now, I wouldn't own them. We looked up a set of, let's see, we looked up a set of 6 and it was like 40 grand for some used ones and they were pretty beat up. We looked up a set of 18 and it was like, oh, how much was it? $190,000. So we rented, which is what you should always do anyway. Just get yourself some production insurance. We've talked about that before. There's a guy, and I've just blanked on his name. He's going to kill me. But our insurance guy, we've talked about it. That's who I would go to. Tom Pickard Company. Good stuff. Are you getting another beer?
Yeah, I was going to. Where's the bottle opener? Oh, you got it. Topo Chico down.
Topo Chico down. Anyway, we shot on the Ultra Primes. Now these are fairly heavy. They're about. They're probably like half, maybe 3/4 of a pound less than a CP2. Actually, these are pretty light. They're definitely lighter than Summicrons. So what I wanted to show you guys is some footage that I shot. I'm sorry, let me backtrack. My brain's just totally fried. The PL adapter we had only worked for one lens. It only worked for the 85. We were not using the wooden camera. We were using a Kaipon?
Yeah, Kaipon.
And it only worked with the 85 because of the flange, which is this back area here. So when you look for an adapter, if you guys want one with a focal reducer, keep in mind that if it has a flange like this, you're probably not going to get it to work. So I would suggest something like the wooden camera or one of those type of things. So the only lens I was able to work with was the 85. So I'm going to show you guys some of that footage real quick. That'll be this gimmick right here. And it's not the best work. I'm going to be honest with you. It's not even
some of the greatest work I've ever seen.
You shut your face. I was literally just too excited. I couldn't help myself, so I just played around with it. That's what you're going to see. So here's some Zhiyun Crane 2 footage with an Ultra Prime mounted to a GH5S at sunset. Just random stuff. Let's take a look and see. All right, there you go. So, yeah, that's an 85 mounted on a Zhiyun.
Not on a GH5S.
Mounted on a GH5S on a Zhiyun Crane 2.
Yeah.
You'll notice, like, it's not perfect camera work, but it's good enough. And somebody was asking, how do we get those to mount? Well, it was a little bit of balancing. But I'll be honest with you, that little guy, like, once you get it balanced, I got it.
It works pretty well.
Pretty well balanced.
Yeah.
I had a little bit of tilt, just very minor. It was great. The downside was every time I like adjusted the focus on the Zhiyun Crane, right, I would put just a slight bit of pressure and it would cant it.
Yep.
And so I'd have to reset it. But that stuff's not perfect, but that was an 85. We're talking about an 85. Like, so even with a focal reducer, which is what the PL mount we had was, I think that takes it to like, it's a point.
It's 0.7.
It's a 0.7, is that what it was?
Yeah, it's 0.7.
So it's still slightly larger.
Yeah.
It's closer to a 90 something.
It's something.
Somebody do the math. I'm too tired.
No.
So anyway, so we did do it. And the thing is like, it worked really fine.
Yeah.
Like, had I given, like, more than a shittle, I could have got some stuff. The other thing that I find really fascinating, the thing that I see with Crane stuff that's not used a lot, or these handheld gimbal gimmicks, is people don't often consider like a longer focal length if you can pull it off, because like you notice in those pans like how fast the footage felt, like those whip arounds. It's so nice when you have a long focal length, and if it's stable enough to pull it off. I should have probably shot some stuff at 60 just to play with it, but I didn't.
Yeah, you should have.
Yeah, I just wanted.
Whatever.
You know, at that point I was so frustrated, I just wanted it to work. So,
yeah.
Anyway, so that's what we did. These have become my favorite lenses because the quality of light that we were getting out of them, you saw in those lens flares, that like the flares even coming out of them, like shooting, it was beautiful.
Yeah, the flareage is.
I'll let Jeff talk. There's Jeff.
I was just gonna say the flareage.
And we're drinking Ghost in the Machine, the best beer we've had this year, by the way.
I didn't get a chance to see the flares while I was prepping the lenses in New Orleans. So when you sent me that link was the very first time I saw those flares.
Yeah.
And those flares were pretty amazing to me.
Oh, do we need to pull these off?
Yeah, I need to pull all these off.
Oh, crap.
I'm prepping for returning crap tomorrow.
Unfortunately, as much as I'd like to keep these lenses, we only had them for a day. So, and our gaffer, Jeremy Sandy, who's also a damn good actor, makes a
he's
great
taking his shirt
gaffer
off all the time.
Yeah, the shirtless one. He decided to leave it.
Yeah.
He decided to take a job up in somewhere.
No.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Listen, In the Blues, seriously, uncalled for.
Yeah.
That's $2. Guys, I got to tell you a secret. CRFTSHO bought 2 cases of this beer, Ghost of the Machine. It's our favorite beer of the year.
It's not a secret if you're on Instagram.
Yeah, that's true. We bought 2 cases. Yeah, follow us on Instagram to find out. We bought 2 cases of this beer. It was like $180 worth of beer because it's our favorite. And so, In the Blues, man, you know what? Or person, I don't know, individual, I would, I'll give you one of these if we don't drink them all. They're pretty fresh, so
Very fresh.
they may not last very long. But thank you so much. That's truly appreciated.
I'm just going to finish doing this work while...
My point is,
you
like,
do this.
one of the things I wanted to tangent on is, like, people lately have just been, like, I guess we're in the YouTube matrix of algorithms and crap.
Yeah.
And we've been getting a lot of push lately, and people are just, like, kind of trashing on some things. Look, we would never say one camera's better than the other. That's not who we are. We just happen to think that in our experience with the kind of content we shoot, both high-end and low-end, because we've shot both. We've shot for a feature film that was directed by the president of, or at one point was the president of the ASC. Like, we've done some, we shot on GH5s for those. So, like, we get it. We totally get it. I understand. But you know what? I don't let technology limit us when we're trying to tell a story. And so for us, these cameras have worked out really well. Everyday Dad, bro, that is just, now I definitely owe you a beer.
Yeah,
sir.
we do.
You and In the Blues are just killing it. Everyday Dad, I truly appreciated. It has not gone unnoticed.
Not needed either.
If you have a question, yeah, we're grateful. We're going to try and rent some more gear and do more tests. I actually, unfortunately, we have to send back the Zhiyun Crane. If that's something you guys would like to see,
We gotta send everything.
Yeah, there's a whole lot of crap going out. If you guys want to see us play with those again, or that rig again, maybe we'll do a Versa Ronin S, but those videos are all over the place. The only thing I thought was interesting about the Ronin S is the fact that you can invert and do the 360.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool.
I like the Crane a lot.
Yeah.
Thanks, Lewis Creative. Also, this is a weird night.
What the hell, man? Maybe we'll start doing night times. Lewis Creative.
Where in Georgia are you?
Yeah, no joke, because we're going to Atlanta in a couple of weeks, and if
Again.
you're not far, we should get together for a beer, because that client, and we'll have Master Prime Anamorphics again.
We will.
We may rig them to a GH5, but if you're up in Atlanta,
Baron, if Baron is on here, because we missed him last time, I would love to get with him.
Yeah. In the Blues, YouTube is full of opinions. Man, after years of videos, I see it too. Do what you do and screw the haters, man. Your videos are... Oh, thanks, man. Seriously, we really appreciate it.
We do.
Nah, man, look. It doesn't matter. Look, 50 cents, who cares? Like, it's a great thing. Like, throwing money is awesome. Like, we're appreciative. It goes into a pool. We take all of our YouTube money and spend it sometimes on rentals when we can't get a client to pay for it.
Yeah.
So, like, we try and stack them up. We have a laundry list. Like, there's a whiteboard behind us that has a list of crap we want to use that you guys have funded, essentially. So, very much appreciative. We've talked about doing a Patreon. The only problem is I don't want to shortchange you guys. Like, today, obviously, we couldn't do a live show.
Yep.
We've had a 14-hour day. We're both exhausted. And I don't want to be like, oh, well, every Tuesday you'll get bonus footage, and then we don't do it because we get busy. That's, you know, I got to feed my family. Jeff's got to feed his family.
Today was a brain-frying day.
Today was insane. I will tell you, like, today was interesting. Working with a new creative director who is a very accomplished filmmaker, which is different. You don't see that very often.
Yeah.
It was very, very fun because he got it. And so he and I would play the pushback game with the producer, who's amazing, and she totally gets it. We had like one of those days of like, it almost felt like we were shooting a feature again, and that's so rare in a commercial. So rare.
Weirdly, especially with the grip we had.
Oh,
it really felt like
we had Leonard Skinner. This guy's the greatest.
He really is.
All right, Tuba Dylan, thank you so much, brother. I truly appreciate it. Yes, we will always drink more beer. That's what we do, is drink beer and talk about gear. That, you know what? Damn it, that's our shirt.
Drink beer and talk about gear?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, I think that needs to be a shirt. That's it. I'm going to make a new shirt.
All right. I'm getting off the live stream.
Yeah.
I'm going to notes.
Yeah, go ahead. That one needs to be up there. And then the other one was, they don't call it, we're not called Craft Show because we scrapbook.
Yeah.
We ain't called Craft Show because we scrapbook. I think those are both great quotes. Tuba Dylan, you just inspired us a shirt. We drink beer, talk about gear. Teesprings, do it, yeah. Beer and gear. Look, who doesn't love that stuff? And if you don't like beer and you don't drink beer, that's fine too, because we got coffee for Fluffy.
Hey, I'll take coffee too.
I don't even know a good coffee one.
Because I've realized I have a coffee problem lately.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I'll always take coffee.
Gear, beer, my singing career. No, Lewis. No, I refuse to accept that. Rising. There you go. That's what we want. Everything's about rising.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know if you guys are... I don't know how many write on this live stream and post in the comments if I keep this up. This may just be tonight only. We don't know. But
yeah,
sometimes we do that. You know, one of the things that we've noticed, like talking to other agencies and other peeps across the board, like, man, a lot of businesses are up right now, meaning there's more work to be had.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Like we've had, and we've talked about it before, and we want to do, maybe if we do Fest, we want to do Fest, but if we do that, we'll do a breakdown. But like, for us in 2017, Craft Show did really well. We did okay. Like, we sustained ourselves. Like, we're both here. We're both fatter, so that means something happened.
Yeah, something happened.
Right? Although you could argue that like poor food choices are equated to lower economy, but that's a separate separate tangent. But one of the things that we found is like like the last year we were kind of on an uptick, and then this year we really exploded. The scary part is, I don't know how true it is, but I've been hearing people say that the market, like the housing market,
everybody is up, and then
and if the housing market falls out
crash
again, then you know we all get a hit. But that's the point. If you're a freelancer, or you're a small business, or you're a creative business, or you're whatever, and you're up, I'd be curious. I don't know if anybody's posting it. If we get to that point, I think it'd be pretty cool.
I'm pretty prosperous.
Yeah.
Rip bids, apparently.
Yeah. 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 Jeff's way
I'm making
prosperous.
my own fat joke here.
Self-imposed.
Yep.
Yeah, if you guys
I'll
have a
do it.
chance, we don't get paid by Parish Brewing, but I am telling you right now,
I'd like to though.
this is hands down the best beer of the year. If you like juicy IPAs, I will say that.
Actually, if you just like IPAs, period, I think
if you have a chance,
expands the realm.
Like my cousin works for an agency up in Tennessee, and he was like, "Oh, have you heard of this beer called Ghost in the Machine?" And I was like, "No, bro. Not only have I heard of it, like it's my favorite beer of the year. Like blah blah blah." Went on my tangent I normally do. He's saying that people are calling it, or comparing it to like Heady Topper and stuff.
It's not quite that rare, I don't think.
It's not quite that rare because we've seen it everywhere.
Yeah, because it's out everywhere here. Especially when I went to New Orleans and checked every store.
It's so good. The only downside is it's a little punchy.
It's 8%.
Yeah,
it's an 8%.
So it's an 8%.
When you haven't eaten in a while.
Yeah, we had lunch though.
We did.
Today.
Yeah.
Sometimes we don't have lunch.
It feels like it wasn't today, but...
Yep. But anyway, if you guys have a chance. So, the other thing I was going to say is, like, renting lenses. Like, there is nothing... Like, you may get bored with your camera, and then you start looking at other camera stuff, and you're like, damn, I can't really afford this camera. but I just you want it to feel different. I'm just gonna give you guys like the best tip I've ever figured out, and that is like rent lenses.
Yeah, it'll make your camera look way better.
And if you don't have production insurance, like figure it out. But like rent lenses, and I don't mean rent still lenses. Don't even just run away from that crap as much as possible. Not that it's crap, they're fine, but
yeah,
I would quite literally, if I were you, and I was like, man, my creative feels slow, or I don't feel motivated, just fork out the cash on a lens. Even if it's like a single prime, like if you get like a 32, or in this case, these are more Deacon style, so it's 32, 65, stuff like that. But don't get a 50. Get something that's a little bit different. So get like a 28.
Or a 32.
Or a 32.
That's kind of a random
65
lens.
is a random lens in my opinion.
32 is really
or
random.
Or an 85. I don't really care. But get something outside of your comfort zone a little bit that you can't use as a multi-purpose lens. And force yourself to figure out how to use those lenses.
65 is not terribly weird.
No. But I'm just saying, like, don't
that
get
32
a 50.
Threw me.
Don't get a 50.
The 20 and the 32 both kind of threw me.
The 20 totally threw me off. The 20 was sick.
Yeah.
And the reason I say that is because then all of a sudden force yourself to shoot with that lens. Now, we had a full set. We had 5. But
we did.
And even then, like, there's times our budget doesn't do anything. Our insurance does not cover enough for us to get...
Yeah, we didn't for that.
We don't have enough.
So we had the cut.
Our insurance, our rental insurance rider does not cover a full 6 lenses, right? 6 lenses? Yeah.
Yeah, we got 5.
We got 5 lenses. We could not afford a 6th lens. Our insurance would have gone up so much more that we couldn't afford it. So you just get a lens and just shoot something on that lens. I don't care what it is. Like, I was so excited with that crane footage we showed earlier, and if you're just joining in, I'll play it again here in a little bit, but like that footage alone was, to me, well worth just playing around. It's not perfect, but I learned something from it. I got creative. So I would encourage you, try and get a lens and get yourself something really great. Get something out of your comfort zone. Do not get a still lens. If that's all you can afford is a still lens, fine. Yeah. But before you rent that lens, go look on eBay and see if you can find some random vintage lens.
People are, that's what a couple people are talking about, is vintage lenses.
I mean, go find something random and shoot only on that lens. Like, force yourself into that space.
And we live and sometimes die by our Minolta, early 80s Minolta lens that we have that's a 50.
But even then, I would give it up for Ultra Primes.
I would too. Now. I mean, they're old.
And if I compared Ultra Primes to Summicrons right now, and you're like, you can have a set of Sumis, now you can have a set of Ultras, I would take the Ultras.
Well, since I've never shot on the Ultras until now, some weird way.
We shot a lot on Sumis, though.
Yeah. I would take the Ultras.
Yeah, me too.
As a workhorse lens.
They're gorgeous.
Sumis have their place where they shine better than any other lens out there.
Yeah. But
I'm actually really happy that we got these.
Yeah. Man, we got a lot of...
Yeah, we got a lot of going on right here. And then the other part really is... Because this job was supposed to be Summicron C's first.
Yeah. So that's an interesting thing that we'll talk about again when we do the breakdown.
And it changed the whole entire shoot.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it made the shoot better, I think. Made the shoot a lot better.
The funny part is... the reason we're lens geeks is because a sensor is awesome. But the glass on the front really is what matters to me.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, you could have the greatest sensor in the world, but if you have crap glass on it...
Oh, yeah.
What's the point?
When I've seen crap glass...
You have the ability to capture stuff, but like the optical qualities are garbage, so what's the point? And Jeff's bringing up a really crazy situation. Like, we wanted Summicrons. Like, I pitched to the creative director, the producer, everybody. I went in with Summicron examples. I went in and showed them footage we've shot on Summicrons, and they were in love with Summis. So when I go out and I try and rent them, they're not available anywhere. Atlanta was going to be too expensive to ship, and New Orleans didn't have them in stock. So for us, it was a matter of like turning around and being like, okay, what's the alternate? And sometimes vendors, like rental houses, will give you stuff. They're like, hey, have you shot Ultras? And I was like, no, I haven't. Because I will tell you, I hate Zeiss Super Speeds. Not a fan. My least
Super
favorite
Speed,
lens.
well...
They're my least favorite lens.
I think I could argue Super Speed 1s from the 70s for you. But they are
I didn't get those. I got 2s.
Those are
and I hated those 2s.
Straight vintage lens.
At least on a red, Super Speed 2s were garbage.
Oh, no, I could see that.
I mean, we have proof.
Could see that, yeah.
If you don't believe me, go look at the ether footage. Like, it's what it is. Point is, finding that glass and going for it. So somebody asked earlier, let's go back. I saw some questions.
Well, somebody asked about the rental houses first.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Best renting places, local or online.
Yeah.
We're blessed with where we are.
Yeah.
Honestly. I mean, we're in the Gulf Coast, but we have
New
2
Orleans.
hours from New Orleans, which
Yeah.
is a very large production city, and 5 hours from Atlanta, which is an extremely large production city.
Yeah. So there's glass everywhere.
But weirdly, a very small selection of rental places in Atlanta.
Man.
But they're stacked with their lenses that they have there.
Yeah.
If you're not so lucky, I would actually say online. Like Bard Lenses is great.
Bard Lenses is good. Lens Rentals is good. Sometimes you might find somebody
get like
to
some
do a share grid
ingenues and stuff like that.
Oh, that's the other one. So Lens Rentals has like
Lens Rentals has ingenues.
Yeah, Lens Rentals has EF mount ingenues, and the rate on and their zooms. The rate on those is not terrible, and they're beautiful lenses.
They are.
They're really
coated
nice.
and uncoated.
Yeah,
which I think you can only get coated probably from.
Yeah, I think you can.
Yeah,
but they're great looking glass.
No, they're great.
And
glass.
frankly,
and honestly,
you slap that zoom onto this camera, onto a GH5S, which is what this camera is, or a GH5 or whatever camera you have. It doesn't really freaking matter if it's GH5 or not.
It doesn't.
It's a great looking lens. It's a workhorse lens, and you get a zoom out of it, so you get variable focal lengths.
And honestly,
the flares.
I would say
nice.
95% of all the films I have ever worked on have which you can't rent from Lens Rental, but an ingenue 12-1.
Yep.
Like it is a standardized lens on just about every feature film that's made.
What was it I was just listening to? They were talking about they shot on 12-1s. It was a bigger movie.
Got pretty much everything.
I know, but it was like something like Solo or something.
Solo probably did.
I don't know. That's Bradford.
I know. But
I don't know what he shot on.
Slow.
No,
they're pretty fast.
Slow. They're pretty fast glass.
VFX Todd.
Todd, what do you do? Oh, it's not late there. It's only 7:30.
Yeah, exactly.
Todd land. VFX Todd hanging out. Yeah, if you have a chance, just find some glass. Don't marry yourself to it. Do not purchase a lens again. Do not without renting it first. Don't buy a single piece of glass. Just don't. Trust me. Unless you don't have a lens at all, and then you need at least one. And I would argue for a zoom of some sort. Just rent some glass, man. Like, I cannot, you guys have heard me talk about, Jeff's talked about it a bit, like that is the game changer to shift your brain, get some glass, play with it, have fun with it.
I'm trying to remember. Rip Vids just said he's in the Austin area. There's a good.
Oh, there's a great camera house there.
I know there is. I can't remember which one.
You've
you've got lenses in Rip's Vid.
Yeah.
You've got some really good lens places there.
Yeah. No, dude, there is no random stuff. Everything can be something. And the reason I say that is, so when years ago, before like everything blew up, like Philip Bloom was really big. Like Philip Bloom was shooting films. He was
massive.
And but I'm talking about that. He was shooting films which were camera tests. Like the guy was just going out shooting camera tests and calling it a film. It's genius. Everything could work. Just find. The best part about shooting quote random stuff is that you might find your style. Like, so Craft Show gets hired for a very specific thing most of the time.
Most of the time we do.
Me and Jeff have a look that we've curated.
Yeah.
It's very
From
easy for us.
From pre-production to post-production.
We know how to get it.
Yeah.
We know how to generate it multiple times. And currently that look is in trend, right? It's passé. Is that the right way for using it? So, like, we know how to create that. So, find how you get that look. And we know the lenses that give... The reason we wanted the Summicrons on this job over the Ultratrons is because me and Jeff know how easy it is for us to get the look we want from the Summicrons that our clients like, right? So, if you turn around and you find other ones, so go shoot as much as you can. I would encourage you to shoot as many things as you can. Part of the reason why we have a YouTube channel is to put crap out there.
It really is. So we can keep...
It pushes us.
It does.
So it's the YouTube channel is nothing more than a level of accountability. So create that same level of accountability on your Vimeo.
Yeah.
Which, you know, we have Vimeo space too, but like it's mostly more towards our corporate, or not corporate, it's more towards our client deliveries and stuff for products for people to look at. We use Frame.io for like actual client work, but Vimeo might be if we want to post it on our website or something like that. I'd really encourage you to push out.
Well, one thing for me is I'm still learning by shooting random stuff from Rip Vids. for me, I've been in this business and in the stills business for a very long time. You have too, in your film side. I am always under the way of thinking, basically, that you're always learning. Like, I'm still learning. I learn every day.
Yeah.
I mean, I learned stuff today that
yeah.
either good or bad.
That's what I'm saying about glass.
Exactly. I'm like, you always learn.
It forces you into a space. Because you're going to learn the sensor fairly well. Like, if you own a camera, you're going to learn it.
I know, you will.
Or if you shoot on the same camera.
And then you got to learn how to push it.
You don't have to own it if you shoot on the same camera. But then the lenses change that look, and you're stuck with it. There's a couple things I want to just address. Now, in the blues, what do you think of the GH5S after the hype has died down? I still love it. Me and Jeff use it.
Yeah, I still love that camera a lot.
I still think the GH5S is the best value camera on the planet currently running.
My biggest thing with the GH5S still is you have to be
value being under $5,000.
For a handheld person, you have to be a very steady operator,
which I'm not,
to make it work really well.
Than me.
But besides for that, I think it's the greatest camera out there for its price.
I
really do, and that's not because we've worked with Panasonic before.
No, I could give two shittles.
Yeah, exactly.
And they know that.
Yeah, and we literally just ripped apart Tiva 1, because neither one of us like it.
Well, I like the image. I just don't like the body.
I do too, but there's parts of it that I just don't care for.
Right.
You know, it's I'm not going to buy it because of this.
Yeah. So yeah, I like it. Let's see. I'm still learning. I love that quote. VFX Todd, yeah, I rented my last lens from Lens Rentals before buying. That's the other thing about Lens Rentals specifically. The speed booster we're using on this camera, the Metabones. We rented it.
Us were very
we hated them
at the very
We
beginning.
rented it. I played with it. I was like, oh my god, this is changing the complete look. We bought it, and so like at that point we fell in love with it. It worked. We bought it. Boom, done. Now, Lens Rentals is not necessarily going to have a bunch of primes for you to buy, like really high-end. And you shouldn't probably buy primes if I were you. I'd rent those.
I would too, honestly.
You know, it's good enough to get you going. So, Ripvids makes a great point. He says, kind of like telling a story, no narration. Yeah, so I'm a big George Lucas fan. And the reason I'm a big George Lucas fan is not just from Star Wars. I like THX 1138. And
yeah,
I love
we're both very old school George Lucas fans.
The legend, the lore behind Lucas was he was given short ends. And in the old days, that would be like if someone gave you a card, if you don't know what short end is, someone gave you a card that was mostly full. And and you had like 20 minutes.
You've got the very back end of it.
You can only have the back end of that card to make something with.
Yep.
So he took those short ends, or the back end of that card, if you will, and he shot content. And it was so good that people were floored by it. And there was no narration, there was no sound, because back then, you know, on the film side, you really didn't have sound. Like this, I have a mic mounted on the top of my camera, and I'm getting pretty decent sound. He didn't have that. So, like, I would encourage you, yes, Ripvids is 100% right. Just bust your ass. Just go out and shoot as much stuff as you can, because I promise to you, like, the biggest thing, I'm going to drop the old N-O bomb and be like, don't believe the hype of YouTube that's telling you that you need views to be successful. That's a load of crap. Just stay away from it. Just make the content and put it out there, because what's more important than views, way more important, is your experience. Because you could have all the views in the world, but when you show up on set and you can't deliver what the creative director wants or the producer wants, or if you're a director yourself and you can't even get what you want, that's a bigger failure. Who cares about the number of views? No one's going to pay you or hire you or keep you alive. And if you want to do this professionally, if you want this to be your income, then you have to be able to do that kind of stuff on a much bigger level. And I think the only way to do that is just shooting as much crap as you possibly can.
Oh, yeah.
And tangent.
Hey, Matty B. Hope you're having fun up in Huntsville.
Matty B working on some reality shows. Matty B. What are you shooting on? FS7s? Matty B. What are you shooting on?
FS7s.
Are they?
I can tell you that answer.
Matty B. Matty B got a job up there. Matty B's not even camera normally. How'd you pull that off?
Lord. This live stream's gonna last forever.
How long is that transfer?
Still got 48 minutes.
Oh my god, I don't know if I can stay up that late.
No, I don't either. I can show you where it's at, though.
Yeah. No, yeah, we always get deep because it takes stuff like that really, especially like when you guys are catching me off the high of like.
Yeah, the long hours and the tiredness.
I'm away from my family. I'm currently spending more time with you guys and gals and persons than I am with my kids are in bed. I'm married, so my wife doesn't care anymore. But
I don't know when my wife works tomorrow, so she might be waiting or not. I don't know.
I decided to spend the time waiting for the transfer to hang out with you guys because I think there's something about being a creative and being with other creatives that inspires being creative.
At the end of the day,
it's an effing circle, dude. It's like a full.
It is. That goes into a whole different helicopter situation.
It is totally helicopter.
But yeah, it really is. There's a weird experience when you get off the high of creative.
No, it is.
You just kind of want to keep it going.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not looking forward to my hour drive or 35-minute drive that I have to take. But at the same time, I'd rather be here.
I do think with any of these gimbal gimmicks, I think you do need to slow down, take your time, make sure it's balanced. Even if you're in a pinch, don't just like focus, shut everybody out. I used to when I was directing more, like on the feature side, I would put in headphones, and literally if I needed to like figure out, okay, so here's the problem, we can't get this actor to come in, or whatever it might be, whatever problems I was facing on the scene, I put in headphones, turn on whatever music inspires me, mostly the Sword and Clutch for me, but I would go through, and Thingy, I would go through anything Rob Crow, really, let's be honest.
I was going to say that.
And I would listen to music, and I would zero in, I'd walk away, and to get it done. It's the same thing I do now as a DP. I just have more skills at it as really as a DP director. I've just had more skills at it where I can go to Jeff and I'd be like, I gotta walk away. Jeff knows what I'm doing, or Jeff will do the same damn thing. Mm-hmm. Both of us take that time to make sure it's done right.
We're kind of very similar in the way we shoot.
Even if there's a time crunch, you just zero in.
Yeah, you do.
Just like, you just like focus in on that and let everything else go away for a moment and zero in on what you gotta do to get things done. It's a huge game changer. And if you do that, and it doesn't cost you time, once you practice that more, you get better and better and better, and then you just like, you can come up with answers. And look, sometimes the answers are bullshit.
No!
Yes, they are.
Sometimes.
Listen, tard, tard.
No, sometimes they're very much that way.
Yeah.
VFX Todd, my GH5S has recorded shots with dark spots in the upper left corner.
Yeah, send it to Panasonic.
I would send it
straight to if it's under warranty.
If it's under warranty, definitely send it.
Yeah, because we got our third one back.
Yeah.
We have 3 GH5s now because of that whole fiasco.
Hopefully their website is up.
Yeah.
Because if not, you might get the mystery repair like we did.
Yeah, that's what we had.
Yeah. Where you don't really know when or where it's coming back. From what I understand, though, for most people, when the website's working, it's actually pretty fast.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would send it to Panasonic over anybody else. I'd trust the company itself instead of a third party.
Yeah. So if some of you are just joining, we had shown this earlier. I just need like 10-second break. It's a little more than that. But I'm going to show some Zhiyun Crane footage. It's shot on an 85mm Ultra Prime on the Zhiyun Crane on a GH5S. With a Keepon, however you say it, adapter with a focal reducer built in. It's the only lens that worked, but you get some decent stuff. I'm gonna pop that up so you guys can take a peek. See, this time, if you're watching it for your second time, if this is your first time, just watch it and just realize that I suck as a gimbal operator. If it's your second time, I want you to watch the color qualities, look at the lens characteristics because they are absolutely fascinating. The first shot that you see, my backyard here that's overgrown and like a son of a bitch. But look at the flares there, and then look at the flare characteristics when I go straight sun. Look at the flare characteristics when I go deep sun, and you can start to see that like the flares aren't all the same. Look at the color qualities. Look at the density of the greens with a 5600 color balance, which is the latter part of the footage, and a 4700 degree color balance on the front side. There's a definite difference. The beautiful part about these lenses, very warm. God, they're warm. They're just so warm and golden. But
yeah,
they're warm in a way that
color.
doesn't milk into the other colors.
It doesn't.
It isolates
well,
the warmth.
The very first shot.
Yeah.
It's a very blue in the shadows. It's a blue-green in the shadows, which is kind of crazy with the warmth of the lenses.
It just doesn't bleed away. So we'll show you that stuff, and then we'll be right back. Here's that footage for you to look at. Yeah, so there you go. That was an 85 mounted on a Zhiyun Crane 2 on a GH5S. It did have a focal reducer.
It did.
Again, if you're watching that for the second time, we just kind of wanted to talk about like the lens characteristics. They're really pretty. I cannot wait to show you guys some of the stuff we got.
Yeah, one thing in particular I'd love to show to everybody in the world.
Are you talking about the cap, the skull cap?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Blade Runner?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty sick.
It's pretty awesome. We did a good job in the tight, quick situation there.
Yeah.
I'm actually kind of proud of that spot.
Yeah, it's good. So there's some good stuff. Right? The flares, creative experiments, you're spot on. Like, the flares are very natural. They don't feel forced.
No.
You know, you get once you start playing with the like lenses, you start playing with like uncoated versus coated, and then you get into flare sets, and then like everything explodes in your brain because when you play with flare sets, you have different flare sets. Like for the Master Prime Anamorphics, you have a front set, you have a back set, you have a whole bunch of different ones. It gets pretty crazy. So. Lewis says, I swear there are certain white balance levels that just look better than others. I have set up for it in my touchscreen. Good. So our favorite white balance to use pretty consistently.
That's what we use today.
Yeah. What is the number?
4600.
4600.
Yeah. That's pretty much.
That is the absolute most neutral but fun color space that we can play with. It doesn't always work.
No, it doesn't. I mean, we hit some spots today that...
No, we had to shift.
We did.
Because didn't we drop that last segment down?
The very last segment we shot, there really wasn't a very good... Like, we had to settle on a white balance.
Oh, that's true. And one of the weird parts...
Knowing we have to go to it in post.
Yeah.
And fix it.
No, 46, 47, 48 are our preferred favorites.
42 sometimes.
Sometimes 42.
Never go down to 36, really.
No, we really don't.
42 is kind of like our low-end tungsten side.
We don't shoot hard numbers. So we don't do a lot of 32 and 50-6.
No.
We'll probably do more 56
We do more
than
56
we do
than 32, yes. Big time. Or 36s.
I like a lot of
or
daylight
6500.
Oh,
yeah, we don't do 56 is our big one of the main ones that everybody
And the 46
knows.
to 48 range, the reason we use those, we shot a feature. I directed a feature, I should say.
Yeah.
And the DP on that, very accomplished DP. He really
He was very
loved...
adamant of that stuff. He still
Was
is.
he a
from
40...
He's a 4800.
4800 guy.
Yeah.
And he loved 4800, so he's zeroed in on it. Indoors, I'm telling you, 46.
Yeah, we stay
Sometimes
between
42.
42 and 46 usually for indoor as well.
Yeah.
It's pretty much
just
all the
something
time.
about it.
Yeah.
Matty B was asking earlier.
Oh, if we use this Osmo.
Yeah, so... Matty, I broke your Osmo. Matty was asking if we use his Osmo. So this is a point where you can't care about a camera. Now, there was a solution.
Yeah.
And the solution was using a sling box.
Yeah.
It wasn't going to work the way we wanted.
It wasn't
so we had a
great
client
solution.
that had a helicopter. And if you go to our Facebook page, Craft Show, Facebook.com/Craft Show, you can find it. Just scroll down, look for some helicopter footage. So they basically, the ask of us as creative vendors was to deliver a live stream as much as we could, and they have maybe the best. I have like a super crush.
Yeah,
on
we
their
both
marketing.
do.
Yeah, like she's just.
It's
I
not
love
hard
her.
to. Really.
Like she's like the dream. The ask was, can you guys live stream as much as you can? We understand the signal may go out, but can you live stream the flight?
I was going to say the key was the knowing that it could go out.
Yeah, that's it.
And not caring about that.
So they wanted to have a live stream of a helicopter flying from a airport that's roughly 45 miles away.
Yeah, roughly around there.
To their helipad. It was for a hospital, right? I think I said that. But like for a hospital client. And so this is the first time this particular helicopter has come back into service for them. They've been vending outward, and now they're vending inward, meaning they were using an outside vendor. Now they're internal with it. So we used an Osmo. I set the settings to fully automatic.
Yep.
I did not give a crap about the fact I did not shoot raw, did not shoot anything like any kind of crazy stuff. I just wanted to get the story across.
Yeah.
They've done very well with the video. It's like naturally, organically done very well.
It has.
But the good part about it was we live streamed a helicopter flight.
We did.
And
for almost the whole entire trip.
The only downside was, as you guys know, I use a Android, and Android does not have dual band in the States. I don't know if that's different somewhere else, but in the U.S., you can't dual band Android. And so... oh,
goodness.
Oops. And so I had to deal with how to figure that out. So I had to add an iPhone to my account.
Yeah.
And then my iPhone wasn't powerful enough, so Jeff's wife loaned me her rose gold.
Her old one, yep.
Pinkish colored
feminine
iPhone. Yeah, very, it does matter.
Yeah, no, I know.
Loaned me her iPhone, and we made it work. So it did really well. So at the end of the day, we used a very, quote, subpar camera to accomplish the job because the budget dictated some of that. But the technology was, I just needed to get the shots. I needed to get them easily. And they wanted a live stream. And it flew for 9 minutes.
Yep.
So we live streamed from a helicopter for roughly 9 minutes before the signal was lost as we traversed a part of our...
you only had a couple minutes left after you lost it when you came down.
And once we landed, it was gone.
And then I covered it from the ground.
And then Jeff was on the ground with 2 reds. So we had one red on a Dana Dolly. No, a Scarlet on a Dana Dolly.
Yeah, we had Scarlet on a Dana Dolly and
it was a wide
dragon
shot.
On the...
And then Jeff shot the dragon like long lens. So I did what was the most appropriate thing possible. I sent the client the footage with the Airwolf theme song underneath of it because that's what it needed to happen.
Uh-huh.
Especially
for 2 kids from the 80s.
Yeah. At the end of the day, like, just get the content. Like, I told the story. And
we did.
They, weirdly, the client that hired us today is for the same hospital. So the hospital hired us directly. Then the client that hires today is their agency of record, which in the business means that's their main creative outlet. And because we have that relationship, we went for a scout and we showed up, and the beautiful lady we have a crush on, plus the head of the VP of marketing was there, and they were just going off in front of our client, the agency of record, about how amazing the footage was we shot. And at the end of the day, it wasn't great looking footage. It was good, but it wasn't great looking footage. No. But it did the job. So sometimes, like, don't let technology be the barrier, right? Don't let it be an anchor. Instead, let it be the wind in your sails. So, like, in this case, the technology was using Osmo, and we did. And it wasn't like a high-end R5 Osmo shooting RAW. It was like the lowest end, no offense, Maddie. That's what I was going to say. It was the lowest end Osmo we could come across, and that's what we did.
Hey, it works,
though. No, it's gorgeous. It does. Absolutely gorgeous, and we made it work.
Actually, a lot of that footage is really gorgeous.
Yeah. Maddie, I didn't break it, dude. At the end of the day, it worked.
Yeah.
And the Airwolf thing is an absolute true story. Because then the VP of marketing, when we met him in the lobby of this hospital,
went to a very weird side story.
Told us a story about Jan Michael Vincent. It was delightful.
Delightful, but also makes you kind of sad.
It was sad. It was sad, but delightful. It was amazing. So
good, Matty B. Now I can break it.
I do have some money for you, Matty B, for the usage of that. It's not much, because if I look at lens rentals, I could have rented this from somebody. I'm just kidding. I'll throw you some cash.
Matty doesn't need it. He's in reality TV now.
Matty's rich right now. He's in reality TV.
Exactly.
Good for you, Matty.
Apparently not working too hard at the moment.
Yeah.
I don't know what the reality show is, actually.
He told us?
He did. I don't remember.
I don't either. I'm very tired.
I am too.
I actually sent an email.
I am like super tired right now.
I sent an email to that same hospital client.
I
sent the email to the not Carol. So it was like, hey, here's the footage you asked for, and it was to the wrong client because they've got like 3 parts. Like I'm exhausted. I'm very tired. It happens.
I don't understand.
Lewis Creative says, it's funny what client... This is really throwing me off after today's...
I know, it really is.
It's funny what clients find beautiful sometimes. I've overworked myself to find out the client has a different set of eyes entirely. I usually made 2 copies now. Yes, that is exactly what we do all the time. I don't know if you guys use Frame.io. We don't have an account. I mean, we have an account. We don't have like a thing. What is that crap called? We don't get paid by them.
No, we don't get paid by them.
But I will tell you, the Frame.io features, if you can afford it, is, my God, the most amazingly simple process. You can stack versions.
Yeah, it's pretty simple.
Once you train your clients, there's a little bit of training.
Yeah, you definitely have to train them. Well, I did see Carol now knows how to accept or not accept a project.
She accepted.
I know, she did, and I was pretty happy.
It was very delightful. So I'm just saying, like, Frame.io is a delightful thing if you have a chance to do about it.
It really is. It's honestly, it's the best of the ones that I know that are like that. Because there's another one that I can't remember the name of it now. That me and Bradley use.
Wistia?
Same thing. No, it starts with a K.
I don't know.
Can't remember.
Crapola?
Kind of
Crayon?
compared to Frame.io.
Crayon doesn't start with a K.
What is this Frame.io you speak of?
Oh, check it out. Frame.io.
Yeah.
Hands down, one of the best investments. I think it's like $5 a month for the smaller end.
Yeah.
And then I think we pay $15 a month now for the higher end. You can assign them to a project. So you have different levels, so you can actually...
it's a review site, really, is what it is.
But when they type it in, it flags it with time code on what they're saying. So, like, you know, like, sometimes you've done a video, Lewis Creative, you've done a video where they're like, do you see where there's this sink and there's some wires under the sink? I don't like that shot. And you're like, oh my God. Yeah. Yeah. You can use Frame.io. It'll tag where they're talking about, so you don't have to go through the problem.
Yeah.
And you don't have to do a window burn, which is really great.
Exactly.
And then if you integrate it directly into Premiere, you can actually see those notes show up in your Premiere timeline. I don't do that personally because I'm just old and grumpy.
I don't.
But
like
you can totally do it.
Aspect.
It's so much easier. Like the time code notes alone, much easier.
That's what really makes it the best.
We get color notes,
which is what a couple people, a couple different groups do. For this one, for me though, it's the amount of people that you can actually attach to it. Yeah. You can have guests actually. Come in.
Vimeo has the same thing, but Frame.io, in my opinion, is way better. The downside is Vimeo you can get for free, kind of. I think it's free through August. So tomorrow.
Something like that, yeah. Tomorrow.
Never mind.
Matters how much more time we have here. A couple hours.
Yeah. Yeah, it's exactly what Prelude was supposed to do.
Yeah, it's what they wanted to do.
But they didn't get it right. This, they got right. Plus, the upload to conversion time, like your upload speed is on your side, but how fast it converts a video for playback for a client is ridiculous.
Yep.
There's no more ghosts in the machine, is there?
No, I'm actually checking the transfer.
Oh, okay. If you have a chance, it's definitely worth checking out. It does a fantastic job. And it you know what? It's not that it saves us time. It just means that I can send that off, work on something else, and if they have notes that I need to handle immediately, or if it's... So, I don't know how much you guys deal with this. We get the majority... So, Mondays are very quiet.
Yep.
Tuesdays are very quiet.
Pretty quiet.
Wednesdays starts to pick up.
A little less.
Thursdays picks up more.
Yep.
Fridays, we get blown the fuck up.
Friday morning,
I dropped the
not
F-bomb.
terribly bad. Friday afternoon.
Yeah. I dropped an F-bomb.
Where we get dropped.
I totally did.
Yeah.
We get blown up so bad on Fridays, it's crazy.
And then it becomes Saturday and
Yeah,
Sunday,
and then we
then
work
we
the
start
weekend.
back on Monday.
But we got to be in the office on Monday because you
Yep.
don't know. So, like, when people hear us say we worked now, for me, I'm at 39 days straight.
Yep.
So, like, it's because clients like to review crap on the weekends. And I think it's because they're, like, at the last minute. The one thing Filmmaking has done is, at least over the weekend, they may not call me, but I still get notes, and I can make the changes and get them out.
Well, over this weekend, we actually had quite a bit of notes.
There's a lot of notes.
There's a lot.
Yeah.
Weirdly, though, I have something else to tell you at some point.
Time is totally
From
money.
Sunday.
Like, you're speaking my language, Lewis. Like, 100%. That is exactly. Lewis says, I have colleagues who believe in some virtual assistant work. Some editing is all right. Done in Korea or China or some of it. Sketchy. You know what I did? I found people that may not be necessarily the best editors, Matty B. And I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, Matty. I found people that may not necessarily edit as much as they want, but I gave them a small job to test. And once I figured that out, I could give them more. So I found a script supervisor, Melissa, who's been on the show several times. Melissa is a fantastic editor. Like, absolutely.
He's a great storyteller.
He is.
He really
He's a
is.
very good story editor. Now, technically, he just screws that crap up like a champ. But if you don't mind spending the time to fix the technical, which is part of me and Jeff's job, I'm a creative director.
Yeah.
That's my job. It's really great to just pass off jobs. And my clients, like, so Maddie shoots like Craft Show. So I can give Maddie jobs to go shoot like Craft Show. So that saves me time. And then Jeff edits like Craft Show, Melissa, as we call him. His last name is Etheridge, so that's where it comes from. Melissa edits like Craft Show.
Weirdly,
yeah,
I don't think Etheridge is watching.
No, he's not.
But
he doesn't watch.
Day after my birthday, Melissa Etheridge is playing over in a casino.
No, there we go.
Like an hour away.
We should take him.
We should.
Yeah. But Melissa can cut really well, so at the end of the day, Melissa does a great job.
He can, and decently quick.
And he's fast. Yeah. We had another fella, but he
We
decided he thought that being a filmmaker meant shooting films, and I admire his dedication to it.
I do too in that part, but
at the same time, it's like you're not going to grow.
the philosophy's flawed.
Yeah, you're not going to grow. You got to make money somehow.
Yeah.
That's it. Lowe's Creative. There. Maddie, calm yourself down.
You edit just fine too.
I have no chill, bro. Lewis, I have no chill. Zero. I'm at an 11 all the time.
What's a better creative outlet, YouTube or Vimeo?
Oh, Vimeo, hands down. For me, personally.
I would agree. I find more
YouTube-
inspiration from Vimeo.
Way more inspiration. That hands video? Pff,
Yeah,
blows
that
out
was
of the
pretty
water.
good.
Yeah.
Even though some people we know that aren't quite in the creative side didn't get it at all.
No. I find Vimeo for creative, YouTube for losing my life. I've been watching MRE review videos.
Actually, weirdly though, I find
I can't help myself.
putting
It's so
stuff
stupid.
putting stuff on YouTube is a great spot if you're not used to getting some of the crappiest, weirdest notes.
No, it's the best
in
feedback.
the world because you can get great feedback and straight up trolling feedback.
Yeah.
And having to learn the difference between the two and not to give a crap when somebody doesn't like your shit.
That's 100%. Totally what it is.
If you're one of those people, because I know there's some people out there that somebody says something negative about what they do, and then they take it personally. And in this business, you really can't.
No.
Like, I don't care if somebody likes what I do or not. Still get paid at the end of the day.
I don't know. So, Thomas, you got it. Let's get it on the tray. Nice. Like, Thomas, you're watching those videos. Like, I'm glad to know I'm not the only... Seriously, I'm not being obsequious right now. Like, I truly am glad to know I'm not the only one. Yeah, I think he looks like a wrestler named Big Cass. And I'm almost
You're not
convinced
the only person. I think he actually probably is Big Cass.
And so, like, I watched that guy review MR. Like, I can't stop myself. It's like a weird unboxing video. Oh, no, it's better than that. It's like one of those weird videos kids watch. My daughter watches them all, or used to. I'll tell that terrible story in a second. They watch those videos of, like, the toys that are in chocolate, and you know, they find the surprise, or the blind bags. That's what I feel like the MRE videos are, but they're for adults that might have a little bit of a military fetish. Like, I can't stop watching them. Like, upset. He just reviewed a pizza. I watched the pizza one. I've watched, like, all the foreign ones. I don't know why. But that's YouTube versus Vimeo. I go onto Vimeo and I find, like, references for content.
Yeah.
It's good. Let's get these on a tray. Nice. It's just so good. Thomas, I'm proud. I'm glad I'm not insane. Obsequious, bro. Look.
That's his big word.
Pro tip. Learn 4 words. Obsequious. Sycophant. Sycophant's good. You can also add ick. So you could be sycophantic.
Yeah.
I don't want to sound sycophantic, but your work is delightful. That means don't be a brown noser.
Yep.
Essentially being a brown noser.
Oh, yeah.
Juxtaposition. Every creative director loves to hear that word.
And every
film
critic loves that word as well.
And aesthetic. Aesthetic is a gold word.
It is.
You can use in any situation.
If you're just getting out of college, segue
obsequious,
was one.
Sycophantic.
Yeah.
What did I say? Aesthetic.
Yeah.
And juxtaposition. There you go. 4 words. Learn those 4, you're good to go. We're in Alabama. We got Ivy League schools, man. Did you not know that Poison Ivy originated in Alabama? Not the movie with Drew Barrymore. No, not Drew Barrymore.
Yeah.
Denise Richards.
Yeah.
How did I mix those 2 hookers up? No idea.
Also, fire ants.
Yeah.
For the US always.
Yeah.
That's what we're good for.
Cinematic doesn't work. I have not had a client buy Cinematic. I tested it today.
Aesthetic is more...
Aesthetic is like...
It works way better than Cinematic.
And you say it just like this. Oh, God. The light, it just feels like the aesthetic is much more rich.
I wish I could show that one picture with that, because that's really what...
That's the exact phrasing.
That is the perfect way of doing that.
With the trailer. Yeah. Lewis, you get it, dude. You must have the same level of clients. That's funny. That cracks me up. Prepper guys are pretty interesting to watch. I watched a guy make Hobbit. Yeah, I like the prepper guys too. I'm all about the preppers. That's how we roll. We should probably kill it.
Probably should. I'm getting tired.
Yeah. Like, Jeff has to drive 6 hours home.
Yeah.
He lives in Texas.
I
wish it took 6 hours to get to
Texas.
Texas.
I was going to say 60-year-old wife, but she will.
Who was in Austin?
Kill me. Somebody at Rip.
Was it Rip Vids?
Rip Vids is in Austin.
Rip Vids, can you please send me some Franklin barbecue?
Okay.
I don't give a crap if it's hype.
Nobody here is going to know this except for Matty B. Texarkana, legit.
You had it?
Yeah.
You son of a bitch.
Legit.
Is it really good? Really good?
It really is good. They have burnt ends.
They have burnt ends?
It's good. It really is pretty good.
All right, well, Jeff, welcome to the show, Jeff. Jeff, you've been getting...
That was a little loud there.
Jeff's been getting previews all weekend. I was like, Jeff, look at these lenses. Jeff's my jam.
No, I love Jeff.
Couldn't help it.
Yeah, you got on a little late. There you
go. Shadia's in Tyler, Texas. We'll take that.
It was a surprise kind of, we're up here transferring.
Always meet up. Listen, we're going to do Fest. Lewis Creative, Rip Vids, Matt Banfield. Matty's working it. Shadia, I don't care. Jeff.
Lewis Creative, Savannah is one of my favorite cities. really
amazing.
ever around.
If we get Fest off the ground, which it looks
there.
like if we're going to, everybody should come to Fest.
Yeah.
I just found out they're turning the conference room above us. They're transitioning it from a school.
Yeah, taking it to a conference room.
And turning into conference rooms. Yeah. We can have proper, boring conference rooms to talk about like very boring technical shit that MPEG will lead the charge on. He's not on the stream, so I can talk some trash. I love MPEG. He's our chief.
Well, it's a little late for MPEG. It's 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
For him.
He's our chief.
Yeah, he's got
yeah,
kids.
but fuck. I dropped another F-bomb.
Yeah, you did. You dropped my favorite word in the world, and I don't think I've ever dropped one on this show.
Yeah.
I probably did
the
on the Bourbon
episode?
County.
Yeah.
Bourbon County, or even that one up there, the Firestone episode.
You dropped some F-bombs.
I'm pretty sure I have, but you're dropping a lot tonight.
I'm tired.
Me too.
All right.
I can still quit saying that word.
All right, I'm going to bed. Jeff's going to bed. Jeff's driving 6 hours to Tyler, Texas to hang out with Shadiah.
I'm going to Whataburger first.
Whataburger.
I probably am, actually.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. Thank you guys so much. I truly appreciate it. Jeff truly appreciate it. Thank you so much. We'll just be awesome. You be awesome. We're awesome. You're awesome.
We should be back Tuesday of next week.
Maybe.
Possibly.
We're mirrors. You guys, we're a mirror of your awesomeness. Thanks again. See you later. Goodbye. Tschüss. A bien. Bienvenido. Hasta luego.
Look at you. Using all those fancy words.
No, that's all from the